My name is Silas Keya Ekicheche, a student at Egerton University in the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences under the Department of Philosophy, History and Religion. I am graduating with a degree in History and International Study, and by the grace of God, I am receiving an award of first class honors. I was born in Mt Elgon in Trans Nzoia County, Saboti constituency, Kisawai location, and in a small area called Embakasi at the slopes of the mountain there at Mt Elgon. I will be the valedictorian of Egerton University. When I began pursuing my education at the early childhood level, I studied in primary school, that is a public school. Later on, I joined a high school, which is also a day school, public one, where I used to wake up early in the morning, a struggle that I thank God that today I have overcome like a winner. Secondary school, we struggled with fees a lot, and even here at the university, because the first time I moved too far away from home was to Egerton University. I have good friends who have stood with me in this journey. I thank Egerton University for being part and parcel of me from the very first day I stepped here. I want to thank God for one thing, that He never left me. Even after coming in the Faculty of Arts 1 month to exam, I had to struggle a lot. I made the library to be one of my great friends and lecturers to be my next colleagues. Most of my time I never spent doing my own personal things, but I spent my time with my books. I made reading to be one of my habits. And even as I'm speaking today, I thank God because I've developed that habit of reading and studying. Today I've read a lot of books, especially in my first year of studies, where I was like in a greener pasture and a green person who doesn't know where to go, where to land, and in which tree where I am comfortable. A struggle of 1 month to exam is not a joke. And making it today is a great joy that is a fruit of the struggle that I did in my first year of studies. I met with great lecturers, called them as Dr. Tarus, who was my international studies lecturer, who helped me a lot. He developed hope in me by advising me on how international relations pays and how it is something that many people have zeal to pursue, but they don't have opportunity. Dr. Milka, a CU chaplaincy today, is one of also of the lecturers who aspired me and inspired me at a personal level, because he used to talk to me to a personal level. He used to tell me stories of hope, and today I'm also giving a story of hope that struggles are there, but we have to survive even when challenges are too many. Challenges are made to make us strong. The first school I entered was Kisawai Primary School. The headmistress, Madam Grace Cheption. The school was just a home school where I could journey from home to school, though it was far away from home. It was like 5 kilometers, so I used to walk 10 kilometers a day to and from the school to home. There, I was not that much aware of how education is important. I had no determination to make sure that I acquire the highest mark possible. When I was in class 8, I met with one of my favorite teachers. He was very ruthless. He taught Kiswahili, and he taught me many things. He never joked. Mr. Remy was like a lion. We used to call him Jarau, a name that we gave him because of his ruthlessness. And I persevered the canes. I persevered the journey to and from the school. Without lunch, you can imagine, I had to survive from morning to the evening, and sometimes even in the morning I cannot take breakfast because it is not there at home. Later on, I scored 275 marks only out of the 500 in primary school and joined high school. I sat for the KCPE in 2012 and joined high school in 2013. That is St. Matthew Secondary School, Cheptantan, under the principal, Mr. Jackson Twaem. For 4 years, I pursued my KCSE to 2016 when I first started for my KCSE. I'm grateful because I never made it, but it taught me a lot of things. I scored a C-. 1 year later, you know, after the KCSE result and me not joining, I was requesting the school to readmit me again so that I can redo my KCSE. But the principal said, no, go to the college. My desires and ambitions were to join university, and especially Egerton University. I talked to my parents, and they said because they are not going to readmit you and they are the only people who can understand us, then you just be with us here at home. I was at home for 1 full year, going to Mt Elgon National Forest, the wildlife forest, cultivating the land that the forest had given to us so that at least we can make some production to raise our living standards. With the ox plow and the oxen, went to the shamba, do the cultivation, and during the day I was very tired because I had sleepless night for 1 full year. Again, my father is a masoner, so we used to go with him from Jengo, as they call it. And one day I remember what made me to go back to school, a struggle that I must mention. We were putting the roof of the store that we were building with my father. By mistake, I had a boil on my leg. By mistake, I forgot that I had the boil, and I sat on it. So the pain that I felt made me to say, no, this is not what I'm supposed to live on. I decided to go to the nearby school called St. Athana Secondary School. I was very dirty, of course, but I told them, just accept me the way I am because I don't have any other hope. And they did, under the leadership of Principal James Kirui. I decided that I will go back to Form 3 because the set books had changed. It was not the one that I used to do earlier when I was at school. I said to myself, I don't have choice rather than learning. I don't have choice other than studying. I don't have choice other than doing what I am meant to do today, because it is the only thing that can take me out of this building, out of plowing, and of course make my life to be a little bit better than yesterday. From the very first day when I stepped in my Form 3, that is in St. Athana Secondary School, to the last day, there is no one single person who was in front of me. I used to be position 1. Even I wonder, when the result of the KCSE came out, I was expecting an A, but I landed on a B-. You know, it came up a time when the principal located me and said that this person is needy. So I never had a pullover. He bought for me a pullover so that at least I can withstand cold when I come to school to learn. I would like to begin by crediting the Almighty God, whose grace has been sufficient enough for me. There is a place here we call the Lower Field. I used to spend a lot of my time there, asking God for what is His will upon my life. I received many revelations. One of them is using the library in a proper way. I want to credit Egerton lecturers. I engaged with lecturers in a healthy discussions, and some of them, they went beyond teaching. They began giving me advice and telling me there is hope, because even some of us, we began from a simple scratch. If I can just mention, there are many of them who have been the cornerstone towards me giving this speech that I'm coming across for the first time in history, known as valedictory. The first credit goes to management Egerton University for giving me this chance to pursue Bachelor of Arts, History and International Studies. Without them, I could not be here today. Second goes to the chair and the whole staff, the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences. I want to give credit to the Dean, teaching staffs and subordinate staff. They have been of great help. Another credit that I want to give is to the librarian Egerton for being so friendly and making me to love studying. Both the main Egerton library and here the first library, they made us friends and we made them friends, and therefore we had nothing else rather than going through our books. The university has provided enough resources. It is just upon the students, the comrades, to pursue their part. I borrowed the knowledge from one of my great mentors, Dr. Tarus. I interacted with him for the first time when I came here, and he taught me a lot. He spoke with me to a personal level. He handed me over to Mr. Benson, a lecturer of international studies, who has performed his duty as well, making sure that I am the way I am today. People are murmuring everywhere that getting a first class is not a joke in a sea. It is a struggle. There was one of the people who told me, when I shared my story and told them I'll get a first class from here, and the person told me, "You are just joking." He almost demotivated me. But I received the motivation again from great people here. I'm privileged and glad, joyous, with a lot of gratitude today that it is in my hand. You can imagine we were the COVID-19 freshers, the time when we were about to come to school on August 2020, and the state declared that there is a pandemic across the world, so we will not go to a physical class. We had to attend online classes. I decided to pursue international relations. I am passionate for diplomatic things. Number two, international studies deals with a lot of things, and I was most interested with human rights. So I pursued international studies to make sure that at least I have the knowledge to make sure that inferior people in the society are not mistreated. That is, I want to be the champion of human rights. I saw the environment I was living in from my childhood to now. There is gross violation of human rights. Girls are mistreated. Talk of the FGM that is still there, but though you cannot view them just easily if you've not interacted with them that much deep. Talk of tribal and ethnic discrimination. And when I talked about ethnic discrimination, we can easily equate with the situation in 2007 by the post-election violence, where the Kalenjins, the Sabaots, turned against the Bukusus, and the Bukusus turned against the Sabaots. That is what motivated me most. I want to be a linker in between these people. At least we live in peace and harmony. I am the child of Mr. Conrad Ekicheche Kilain, Ateso, and her mother, Catherine Chepkemoi, a Sabaot. I was born in a family of almost a full football team, but we are 10. It happened that I am number 6, though we've lost our firstborn recently, who almost made me not to be here today because I lacked money even to fund for this graduation. And being number 6 in that family has been a privilege to me, because in our family, our firstborn never made it, though all of them, they have pursued their KCSE. They have not made it to the 5th. So I'm the 6th and the firstborn in campus. I pursued here work studies. I was forced to go and look for jobs in cybers because I have computer knowledge. I was forced even sometimes to go to the shambas there and ask for kibarua. And I thank God. After all, He made it to be the way it is today. I engaged in a club known as TESFIA, the Egerton Students Forum for International Affairs, that trained me to be a diplomat through UN simulations that I engaged in. Again, I was awarded a certificate of participation. I gained an experience in leadership through the Christian Union, Egerton University, Rift Valley Evangelistic Team under the smaller umbrella known as the North Rift Evangelistic Team. We do call it NORET. It has an umbrella over Kenya. So I was a leader in NORET Egerton and NORET Kenya. I've been awarded 2 certificates of leadership. That is in the year 2022, and I thank God. I will give a special mention to Mr. Benson Nyamweno, my international studies lecturer, who have taught me more than 20 units since I began my first year of studies. He has been a great person to me. He has trained me and equipped me with knowledge. He has trained me to be a good speaker since he engaged me much when we were in class. I cannot tell the whole of his story. What I can say, he is a God's man who is God-fearing and ready to help anybody who is in need and determined. I am more passionate about international law that cuts across from the law of the sea, the law of the armed groups, and many others. For example, if I can say, I personally, I would love to be found in an environment where there is a conflict and seeing the belligerents not disturbing the non-belligerents because they are not part and parcel of the war. I love to be a peacekeeper and a peace builder. Send me anywhere in this world to keep peace, I'll be so glad. That is what I love most. The valedictorian speech, to me it means a lot. It is a speech that is given by the most performed student in any university across the world. So to me, I think I have found a platform to showcase to the world that I am capable, to showcase to the world that there is somebody in Mt Elgon who can stand before people, address them with ideologies, innovation, a researcher, a privilege for me to express the grievances and the thanksgiving of the rest of the 3,439 students to the university board and to the nation as well. I would have been selfish not to mention my friends and colleagues whom we've stood with in healthy discussions. If I can mention some of them, Gideon Murimi Nyaga, a student of history and international studies, Samuel Ironte, Njuguna, the politician. Then we have Christian Majani, Collins. They have been good friends to me. At the time that I lacked knowledge, they were there standing for me, explaining to me what it all meant by greater terms. I will have forgot about this one. Stephen Owino, former Congress Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences. He was of great help to me. I really appreciate everybody for his support, family and friends who supported me by donating their finances. CDF Kenya, that is specifically Saboti and Edebes, that provided funds for my studies. I'm really thankful to you because without you, I could not be here today. I will mention one of them, Saboti constituency, the home constituency, Honorable Caleb Amisi Luyai. Thank you for your great support. Thank you again, Mr. Kipeke, the area MCA, Njoro Ward, for your bursary. Neighboring constituency Ndebes, under the leadership of the MP, Honorable Robert Pukose. Great appreciation, sir. Your support is not in vain. Today, I am celebrating because of you. One word for Egerton University as we celebrate 85 years of academic excellence, innovation, research and community impact. I want to thank you for being impactful to me specifically and to the whole community. One word to my dad, Mr. Ekicheche, you are great. I want to thank you for your support in academic arena and even basic need provision. You are a great person, and this degree is yours, sir. My mother, you are a mother among millions. You are a woman whom I love passionately from within my heart. Thank you for your full-time advice. Thank you for your full-time guidance. You indeed supported me fully. The family, beginning from the immediate family, father, mother, siblings, Victor, David, and others, I want to thank you for your support. You was working when I was a student. Your provisions, again, they are not in vain. I want to thank you for you supported me fully with your heart. Thank you for the entire family, the extended one. Again, you sent me some cash when I was sleeping without taking anything. They call it kuinama here. I never lacked anything when you had. I want to appreciate your provisions. Kuinama, it has been a real thing and an impactful one. I used to sleep without taking anything, sometimes because of financial challenges, as I mentioned earlier. And those kuinama never made me to lose hope and lose focus. I want just to mention, if someone is angry, can do good studies, because the brain needs something at least so that you can keep yourself busy and the stomach will relax. Otherwise, if you are idle, you will feel the impact of kuinama. My next step from here, I am an ambitious student, a passionate one. It is not yet over. This gown is not an end. I'm still in a journey. I want to pursue more studies, that is masters, and I'm looking upon if God will just love me to pursue it abroad. Anybody who is hearing me today and viewing me, if you have any support for me to continue with these studies, I'll really appreciate.
My name is Benson Nyamweno. I am a lecturer at Egerton University, Department of Philosophy, History, and Religious Studies. The student has surprised me, though I expected him to perform, but this is more than expectation, because the student from his first year to fourth year performance, he has been doing very well, but this is now exemplary well. Silas Keya Ekicheche, in fact that is his full name, was a determined student, outgoing, self-motivated, a student who is willing to learn, inquisitive, wanting to know more about his area of study. Silas Keya Ekicheche has been a very good student, having a good relationship with his lecturers, myself included. I can testify, because I cannot count the number of times Silas Keya came to my office to inquire about a concept, to consult on so many areas. So the same thing he has been doing to me, I'm hoping that he has been doing to the rest of the lecturers, and that is what has, added up to his exemplary performance. Students are in school to learn, and you cannot learn if you keep away from lecturers. Lecturers are just like your parents. Have close relationship with them, because they are the custodian of knowledge. How can you learn when you already kept lecturers away from you? So have a close relationship with the lecturers, and you will get to learn a lot from them, because there is an old adage which says that he who stays close to the elders, he who wash his hands clean will one day do what? Eat with the elders and the kings. So I encourage other students to have a close relation with the lecturers, so that they can learn a lot from them. They are the custodian of knowledge. Let them not fear lecturers with the titles, professor, doctor. Those are just titles. But we are here. Our main purpose of us being here is to help impart knowledge to these our young ones. It doesn't matter where you come from. It is all about self-realization. It is all about self-actualization. It is all about self-motivation. And above all, the fear of God. I am well informed that the student was a member of the Christian Union, which is the best place to be. So I want to advise other students that it doesn't matter where you come from. You know, the former the world marathon champion Eliud Kipchoge said, "No human being is limited." So do not look at where you come from. Look at where you are going. Nobody is limited to go to that place. Everybody is capable to go to that place. What I picked from this student is the level of professionalism. This student exhibited high level of professionalism, and I want to say that this one should be an example to other students. For those who saw him while in campus here, you know, you need to learn a lot from him. He was always smart, you know, performs his duties, carries out his assignments in time, you know. That's the level of professionalism that we are all inculcating in our students. One of our core values is passion for excellence, you know, professionalism. Those are one of our values that we inculcate in our students. So he is one of those students who has exhibited all these values, and I'm happy for him, and I wish him all well in his future endeavors. In Egerton University, our vision is to be a world-class university. And how do we do this? We transform lives through quality education. And that is what we are committed to do. And we do this guided by our core values: professionalism, transparency, passion for excellence, you know, passion for environmental conservation, you know. Those are the things which drives us as Egerton University. So those are the things which I think this student saw and motivated him towards his success, and we also played a very key role in inculcating all these values in his life. So Egerton University is a world-class university for the advancement of humanity. In fact, one of our core values is internationalism. As a student of international studies, we also have a motto that we think globally, but we act locally. Once we achieve all this, you know, once we have all these things, the students will also always work towards excellence. In fact, I want to tell the students who are avoiding humanity that humanity is the father of all things. If you look at all those other subjects, they have their origin from humanities. So there is interdependence or interdisciplinary approaches to all these disciplines. So humanity, as the father of all things, I will encourage students to pursue them. The world today is run by, you know, things which are related to humanities, you know, governance, politics, human rights, you know, all those issues. So all this you cannot know once maybe you must have an idea on humanities.
I'm Professor Mika Chepcheng, currently the Director of the Directorate of Undergraduate Studies at Egerton University. This is a directorate that performs quite a number of functions, and one of the functions is to select the students who have performed or excelled well in the academics during the time of graduation. In this 48th graduation ceremony, we have a student who has excelled well in his academics, and normally this student who excels well in academics is the one who is selected also to be the valedictorian of the university during the graduation. And the valedictorian is the student who has appeared in the list of honor and is in the list of the Vice-chancelor's list of honor. And this student is given the opportunity to give a speech during graduation. For a student to appear in that list of Vice-chancelor's honor, the student is supposed to score a cumulative weighted average of above 71%. And also this student should not have scored less than a B in all the units that he has taken in the program in which he has been enrolled. This means that in all the units, the student has not scored a C. In this year, we have a student from the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences in the program of History and International Studies by the name Keya Ekicheche. Now this student has scored a cumulative average of 74%, which is really very high. I would now want to really congratulate Keya Silas Ekicheche for this honor. And I would want to advise continuing students, particularly those who have joined Egerton University, that for you to appear in this list is quite competitive. And you should start working very hard and ensure that you don't attain a grade C in any of the courses that you undertake at the university. These grades start from first year. From the first time you join the university, the first exams that the student does, this is the beginning of that selection, of being in that Vice-Chancellor's list of honor.
Kwa majina naitwa Conrad Ekicheche. Silas Ekicheche akiwa kijana wangu ambaye amekuwa shujaa. Maana katika chuo hiki cha Egerton, yeye amekuwa mwanafunzi wa kwanza kupewa award na Vice-chancelor wa shule hii. Mimi nasema Mungu ashukuriwe, Mungu ahimidiwe, Mungu apewe utukufu aliyefanya bidii kwa hatua hizo zote na kumfikisha penye amefika. Na bado huyu Silas amekuwa kijana mzoevu wa kufuata neno la Mungu na njia za Mungu. Hata leo ninamiliki vyeti nyumbani, vyeti 6 kutoka Egerton, ya ushahidi ya kwamba Silas amekuwa mwanafunzi bora sana ya kufanya mambo ya Mungu yaende mbele. Chanzo cha mambo haya yote ni kumcha Mungu. Kumcha Mungu kumesababisha hekima, kumesababisha ufahamu, na ninasema asante sana kwa Mungu na asante sana kwa wakufunzi wa shule hii ya Egerton chini ya Vice-Chancellor wetu.
Kwa majina ni Catherine Chepkemoi. Kwanza nimeokoka na mjua Mwokozi. Silas Keya ni mtoto wangu namba 6. Kwa uzao wangu wote wamesoma, lakini huyu amefunja rekodi. Maana wengine walikuwa nakoma tu form 4. Silas amekuwa mtoto mzoefu sana ya kanisa. Amependa Mungu sana. Nilikuwa ninajinyima sana wapendwa. Ni kwa sababu ya kutafuta, hatuna income, kwa sababu hatuna kazi yoyote. Lakini amekuwa akiniambia, mama toeni tu na baba, siku moja mtakuja pata matunda. Nimeiona kwa sababu kama amefanya vema, si hiyo ni matunda tayari. So mimi nashukuru Mungu ni kwa sababu ya yale ametenda. Nilikuwa nasema saa ile ninaweza furahi mpaka nikufe hata niwache. So nimefurahi kiasi ya kusema Mungu anaweza. Haleluya. Mwanzo Silas nikimzaa alikuwa mtoto mwenye afya. Akawa mwenye afya mzuri sana mpaka akafikia miaka 3. Akagonjeka tu one day ndiye alileta ukombozi katika mji wangu. Yeye. So ninashukuru kwa sababu wakati niliona akiwa serious sick, ilitakana tupeleke Lugulu. Nikasema usiku hii tutaparakaje hospitali na hatuna fedha. Tukaambia Mungu ukishika hata sisi tutakukimbilia. Na kweli tulimkujia Mungu. So mimi niliambia Mungu huyu ni mtoto wa Mungu. Anataka nishukuru hata kufikia leo. Yeye hata hajasahau mtoto. Najua yeye tutakunywa hata chai yake kwa sababu amekuwa mtu mtifu kwa neno la Mungu.
Naitwa Pastor Julius Chemasa. Kanisa ni Kenya Evangelist Team and Crusade hapo Milembe. Katika maeneo ya Kisawai yote Leo tunasherekea familia hii ya Ekicheche. Kama wote wanaoketi karibu na wao, tunajua ni familia iliyo chini sana, hata familia isiyoonekana katika area. Lakini leo Mungu wetu ambaye tunamuomba amewainua na kuweka katika level ingine. Na maombi yetu ni kwamba katika nia ya maombi yetu ni kwamba tuombe Bwana atufikishe katika viwango vingine.
Kama jina naitwa Celestine Oteba, dada ya Silas. Mimi sikuwa nimeifika Egerton University, but my lovely brother amefanya nikafika. Mimi pia na promise wazazi wangu sitawaangusha. Nimelearn vitu vingi kwa wa brother, kwa sababu amekuwa recognized among many people. Thank you, brother.
I believe with God's grace, soon I'll be at the airport, ready to take a flight and travel abroad.